Here the question is simplify given Boolean function using Boolean properties, right? So the given Boolean function f of x comma y comma z equals to sigma m 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. That means 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 are in active mode and the remaining combinations are in disable mode, otherwise inactive mode, right? Sigma m means what? Min terms, small m, so that sigma m is nothing but what? Min terms, so that we will get sum of products here, right? So this order also important. X y z sequence is different and the y x z sequence is different and the z x y sequence also different. Okay, that is also important. Okay, while you are in this expression, this order also very important. So kindly check while solving certain Boolean expressions. Okay, f of x comma y comma z. First method one. In this case, 0 means what? 0 0 0. It's binary equivalent. So that means what? Here I am writing. So 0 0 0. Right? So 0 0 0 means what? X bar, y bar, z bar. So in sum of product terms, in min term case, if x equals 0, we can treat as complementary variable x bar. When x equals to 1, we can treat as x. That means uncomplementary form, right? And here 2 is nothing but what? 0 1 0. That means what? X bar, y, z bar. And next 3, that means 0 1 1. That means what? X bar, y, z. And here 1 0 0. Okay, so x, y bar, z bar. And next fifth one, so m5, small m5, that means 1 0 1. So x, y bar, z. And the last one 7, so 111. Okay, that means x, y, z. Now you can write here f of x comma y comma z equals to x bar, y bar, z bar plus x bar, y, z bar plus x bar, y, z plus x, y bar, z bar plus x, y bar, z plus x, y, z. This is your complete Boolean expression, and each and every product term consists each and every literal. So that's why which is called as canonical sum of product. This is your canonical sum of product. Okay, now so now you can compare these two product terms, and you can compare with these two product terms and these two product terms. Then what you will get? F of x comma y comma z equals to, first you can compare these two. So here x bar z bar is the common factor. Now you can write x bar z bar into y bar plus y. Now next you can compare these two product terms, x bar yz and xyz. Here the common factor is yz. Now you will get yz into x bar plus x. Next you can compare these two product terms. Here we have common factor x y bar. Now you can write x y bar into z bar plus z, right? So according to our operation theorem, y bar plus y equals to 1 and x bar plus x equals to 1 and z bar plus z equals to 1. So what you will get? F of x comma y comma z equals to x bar z bar plus yz plus xy bar. So this is your simplified Boolean expression. So this is your simplified Boolean expression, so which is also called a standard sum of product, and here each and every product term consists less number of variables, right? And next method 2 for the same Boolean expression, so we can able to solve in different method also. So that is f of x comma y comma z, that equals to x bar y bar z bar plus x bar y z bar plus x bar y z plus x y bar z bar plus x y bar z plus x y z. First you can take common factor x bar z bar from these two product terms, right? So now what you will get? X bar z bar, then you will get y bar plus y. So after that x bar yz plus from these two product terms, so we will get x y bar as a common factor, then you will get z bar plus z plus xyz, right? So now this should be 1 and this will becomes 1, okay, based on our operation theorem. Now what you will get? X bar z bar plus x bar yz plus xy bar plus xyz. Now you can take x bar as a common factor from these two, and here you will take comma x as a common factor, right? From these two product terms, what you will get? X bar is a common factor, then you will get z bar plus yz, and in the same way, if you observe these two product terms, if you take x as a common factor, you will get y bar plus y into z. From distribution theorem, a plus bc equals to a plus b into a plus c. This is for distribution theorem. Same thing you can apply for these two terms, right? So now what you will get? X bar z bar plus y into z bar plus z plus x into y bar plus y into y bar plus z. Now based on R operation theorem, this z bar plus z equals to 1 and this y bar plus y equals to 1. Now you can simplify further. What you will get? X bar z bar plus x bar y plus x y bar plus xz. Okay, this is your f of x comma y comma z. So this is your reduced Boolean expression. So this is your simplified Boolean expression. If you observe this expression, if you are taking x bar as a common factor, you will get x bar into z bar plus y. So if you take x as a common factor, you will get x into y bar plus z. So you cannot simplify further from this Boolean expression. So that means what? The expression which is not possible to simplify further, then it is called as irreducible expression, otherwise irredundant expression. Here I am writing the expression which is not possible to simplify further, then it is called as irredundant expression, otherwise irreducible expression. Okay, so the expression which is not possible to simplify further, then it is called irredundant expression or irreducible expression. So while comparing this first simplified Boolean expression to this second simplified Boolean expression, so the second simplified Boolean expression having four product terms with two literals. The first simplified Boolean expression having only three product terms with two literals. This Boolean expression required more number of components compared to this particular reduced Boolean expression. So next, method 3. So in this method 3, first we can compare these two product terms. Just we can take y bar z bar as a common factor. So then what you will get? So here y bar z bar, then you will get x bar plus x. Next, these two terms. So from these two product terms, so you will get x bar y as a common factor. So x bar y into z bar plus z. Next, these two product terms. So from this we can take xz as a common factor, then you will get a y bar plus y. So according to our operation theorem, this x bar plus x equals to 1 and z bar plus z equals to 1 and y bar plus y equals to 1. So finally what you will get? Y bar z bar plus x bar y plus xz. This is your reduced Boolean expression. So if you observe this reduced Boolean expression, so we cannot simplify further. Okay, if you observe these three product terms, so we cannot simplify further. We cannot simplify further means that is called irredundant expression or irreducible expression, right? In the previous case also we got two reduced Boolean expressions. Those are called irredundant expressions. So this is second one, x bar z bar plus x bar y plus xy bar plus xz. So and this one is first one, x bar z bar plus yz plus xy bar. Okay, so these all are irreducible expressions for a given Boolean expression. Okay, for a given Boolean function, these are the minimal expressions, otherwise reduced Boolean expressions. Okay, that means from 1, 2, 3, what we can conclude from 1, 2, 3. So the given function may be having more than one form of irredundant or irreducible expressions. So the given function may be having more than one form of an irredundant or irreducible expressions. So in our example we have three irredundant expressions, right? So here you can observe one thing. So these are the three irredundant or irreducible expressions. This is the first expression, second and third. So out of these three expressions, which one is minimal expressions? That means whichever the reduced Boolean expression consists less number of product terms, then that is called as a minimal expressions. So if you observe this first one, we have only three product terms, whereas in the second reduced Boolean expression having four product terms and the third one having three product terms. If you consider this first reduced Boolean expression, we can treat as this one as a minimal expression. Why? Because we have only three product terms. That means to implement this expression, so we require the three and operations and two OR operations, right? But when you comes to the second reduced Boolean expressions, this one having four product terms, that's why we require four AND operations and three OR operations in its realization. Okay, that means which required more circuitry, which requires more components to realize this particular Boolean expression. That's why this first expression is called as a minimal expression. Okay, so here I am writing this is your minimal expression. What about third one? This one also having three product terms. In its realization, it's required three AND terms and two OR terms. So which is also called as a minimal expression. What about the second term? This is not a minimal expression while comparing first and third expression. Okay, this is not a minimal expression, not a minimal expression. So from these three reduced Boolean expressions, what we conclude? Now tell me. So here I am writing note all irredundant expressions. These are irredundant expressions. We cannot simplify further. But out of these three expressions, so these two are 1 and 3 are minimal expressions, and second one is not minimal expression, which is irredundant expression only. Okay. So from that we can conclude all irredundant or irreducible expressions may not be minimal, but all minimal expressions are irreducible. All minimal expressions are irreducible or irredundant. Okay, so this is very, very important. All irredundant or irreducible expressions may not be minimal. If you observe this one, this is minimal expression and irredundant expression. And if you observe second expression, this is irredundant expression. Why? Because we cannot simplify further, so that it is called as irredundant expression, but it is not minimal expression, right? When you observe third expression, this is irredundant expression as well as minimal expression. Okay, all irredundant or irreducible expressions may not be minimal, but all minimal expressions are irreducible or irredundant. Okay, reverse is possible, right? Okay, by above procedure we may not guarantee about the minimal expression. Okay, by finding above method, by applying Boolean laws and Boolean theorems, so we cannot guarantee about a minimal expression. Okay, and at the same time we are getting, in the previous example we are getting two minimal expressions, right? With the help of above procedure we cannot guarantee about a minimal expression. Okay, that's why we are moving some other alternative methods. So those are K-maps and tabulation methods. Okay, by above procedure we may not get correct to minimal expression, so that we have to go for these methods. So one is Karnaugh maps, that is also called as K-maps. So this K-maps is applicable up to n equals to 5 bits. Okay, if you are taking n equals to 1, n equals 2, n equals 3, n equals 4, n equals 5 also, this K-map method is a better method to simplify the Boolean expression. Okay, and if it crosses n equals to 5, that means n greater than or equals to 5, then this K-map is not supported to that particular simplification, right? So in that scenario we have to choose this tabulation method for n greater than or equals to 5 bits, right? So this tabulation method is also called as McCluskey minimization technique, otherwise QC method also. Okay, McCluskey minimization technique, also called as QC method, otherwise tabulation method also. Next we will discuss about K-maps and this tabulation method, right?